Bible app or something, you got a Bible, turn over to Psalms 8. Turn over to Psalms 8, verse number 4. I had to think about how can you encourage a man. We don't ask for too much help. So how do you encourage us? You know, you got to be a brave soul not to go to the doctor, and we'll do that. But how do you encourage a man? Psalm 8. Look at verse number 4. Look, it says, "What is man that you are mindful of him, and the Son of Man that you visit him?" Then David says something profound. He says, "For you have made him a little lower than the angels. Right. You have crowned him with glory and honor. You have made him to have dominion over the works of your hands. You have put all things under his feet." Y'all thing was so good. Just encouraging you on today. You know, that when we begin to think about some things, God did not need us, but we needed God. This scripture, if we begin to look at it, it will let us know that he created all of this stuff. And here's this man who had done so much wrong. That ain't y'all on today. We had done so much wrong. We had messed up. We had sinned. Adam sinned in the garden. But God created all these things. And he said, I don't really need man. But I'm still going to get a dominion over the things of the earth. We got to understand that God is powerful on today. If you begin to look back over your life and begin to take inventory, somebody ought to be able to say that God has been good to you on today. Well, maybe that was your testimony. See, God has saved you from some things when you didn't even know you were in danger. David is sitting here looking out, and he's thinking about just about the goodness of God. He begins to write a song. And he said, how good is this? He said, what is man that you're mindful of him? He said, and the Son of Man that you visit him. Aren't you glad that when you didn't care enough about yourself, you had somebody who was thinking about you? Look, oftentimes as a man, you're so busy worried about the things that's going on in the house. You're so busy worried about how you're going to take care of bills and take care of other people. Sometimes you neglect yourself. But I'm glad that God thought enough about us even in the midst of our sin. Even when we have a lot of things going on, he's so powerful that he thought about us. He still had enough time to care for us. See, and then the second thing is we have value. See, in this world, sometimes as men, especially as black men, we get devalued. We get cast down. We get isolated. We get told that we're nothing. But God is saying that you're something in my eyes on today. Look, so David is sitting here. David said, look, after I look at all the things that God has done for me. He said, when I look, I've sinned on today. I've done some things wrong. I slept with somebody's wife. I got him killed. He said, but even after this, God has still been good to me. Is there anybody testimony on today when you look back, when you had sickness in your body, God cared enough about you that he saved you from the grave? Is that your testimony on today that even when you look back, you should have been dead and gone when you were in the club doing all the things that you should have been doing? When you were sleeping around, when you were doing everything else, God still thought enough about you. He was so good to us on today. See, when people told us you weren't going to amount to anything, when people told you weren't nothing, God said you got some value to me on today. See, David is a man with God's own heart. And that God has told David, he said, David, I can still use you in this kingdom. And once you look at not what people have said, but what God has said. The Bible declares that when men say things are impossible, he said all things are possible through God. See, I got some value, I got some worth on today with kings and with queens in God's kingdom. See, the Bible declares in 1 Peter, he said, we're peculiar people. A royal priesthood. So we got to understand that God has already crowned us with some glory on today. But it says, he's looking around, he said, look, he said, I saw him create the stars. He said, he created the stars, he on the moon, he did all these things. He said, but then he thought about little old man. He said, I'm looking at this. God didn't need us, but we needed God. So here it is, God is just saying on today, I can use you in my kingdom on today. I can use you to praise me on today because the Bible did declare, he said, look, I don't need you to cry out for me. He said, if you don't say anything, then the rocks will cry out. We got to get to a point where we can praise God no matter what's going on. We got to get to a point that we got to understand that God does not need us on today. But we need him on today. See, he got the birds. If we don't say nothing, the birds will chirp for him. If you ain't saying nothing, then the dog will bark for you. If you ain't saying nothing, then there's a cat that'll meow for you. If you ain't saying nothing, God is saying somebody will tell me that he's been so good to me. God, that's your testimony on today. See, God is saying you got some value even when you messed up. But listen here, he said God cared enough about man so much that he said he gave dominion over all the things of earth. See, aren't you glad that God didn't forget about you even when Adam sinned in the garden, even when they messed up? Even when God kicked them out, he booted them out, he didn't leave them just by themselves. But God sent somebody down through 42 generations. It ought to be in your testimony on today. See, if you can't praise God over nothing else, see, this third, you got to know God is good. See, this thing said it's so good. See, he said the Lord is good, his mercy is everlasting, his truth endure to all generations. But if you look at it, so good. See, good is good enough. But when you put so in that means so greater extent. See, understand this, God has been so good to us. See, you ever seen that commercial for Campbell's chicken noodle soup? Just like when you're sick, he said when you warm it up, it's something that's bad when it's in the can, but when you warm it up, it make you say, good. Somebody ought to know that God has been that good to you on today. That when you begin to mess some things up, God has been good to us. He's better than you than any problem can be in your life. He's been better to us than any man can be in our lives. See, God is so good, but not only did he say that, you ought to know that God is this good, that even when you think about it, even though you may be doing bad, even though you may be down in your life, David said, he said, I will bless the Lord at all times, and his praises shall continually be in my mouth. And then he went on a little further and said, oh, magnify the Lord with me. And let us exalt his name together. Anybody know that God is good on today? Well, how you know he's good? Preaching that even when we were kicked out, even when we were cast out, he sent his son Jesus down to 42 generations. Went up to a hill called Golgotha's hill. Went up to a called Calvary. Nailed in his hand, nailed in his seat. He took stripes all across his back. How do you know it's good? He hung his head and then he died. Took him down to a bar and two. When he laid one Friday evening, he laid there that Saturday evening. But then somebody said early on that Thursday morning. Somebody said he was so good that he got up. But all power in his hand. How do you know that God is good on today? He picked me up. He turned me around. Somebody said he placed my feet on the solid ground. Anybody know that God has been good on today? He took care of you. He kept you on today. God has been good to all of us. We ought to be able to let somebody look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, God is so good. Be encouraged on today. Be encouraged on today. Be encouraged to know that God is so good. Been better than us than we can beat our own selves. See, that was a shot right there. You missed that part. You missed that part. See, I understand what God can do for me. Look, I was in an accident, got hit going about 65 miles an hour. Then God blessed my body. See, I had 48 spasms in my back. Vertebrae shifting in my neck. Vertebrae shifting in my lower back. But I understood that God was so good. Even though I had all of that going on, I can still walk on today. God has been good to you. That may not have been your testimony, but he may have changed you from the grave. That may not be your testimony, but he changed you from a club. He saved you from addiction. Somebody say, God is good on today. It's better than me than I can speak to myself. Now, Carmen, you come on with a song. Somebody put your hands together. You gotta put your hands together and know that God has been good. Somebody open up your mouth and say,